stage is built, the lights are up, and the stadium is clear. That means our opening stadium show just ended. Welcome to tonight's edition of Jamboree Tonight.
Tonight we'll show you some Merritt badges that you absolutely have to check out while at the Jamboree. Plus, we'll meet the men and women who give our feet some much-needed relief.
And we'll introduce you to a scout who's driving all across the country to truly live scouting's adventure. That's all right now on Jamboree Tonight. Something looks a little different tonight. Did the stage get new lights or something?
Tonight's episode of Jamboree Tonight is really this afternoon's episode of Jamboree Tonight, since we have our first Jamboree-wide show tonight in the AT&T Summit Stadium. We're pre-recording tonight's episode. We didn't want to be in the way of our amazing show staff as they're wrapping up the Celebration of Scouting show, so we took some time this afternoon to put the show together for you.
The upside for the viewers is that you get a better view of our set. The upside for Michelle and I is that we'll swallow fewer bugs. I've had my fill of jacklings, but I'm not ready to chow down on insects just yet.
Well, someone who has probably eaten more than his fair share of insects is one of our guests today, Ben Pycraft. Ben is spending his summer visiting all 4 of the high adventure bases, which means he's probably swallowed more than his fair share of mosquitoes.
Ugh. Our other guest tonight is Keegan Eatman, the Assistant Youth Commissioner for Scouts Canada. He's an experienced camper too. Maybe he'll share a killer recipe for campfire poutine. You know, French fries covered with cheese and gravy, or perhaps the best maple syrup.
Coming up on tonight's show, we'll take a ride with some of the unsung heroes of the Jamboree, our shuttle bus drivers.
Our bus drivers are great, and they do a tough job under some less than pleasant conditions. Be sure to say thanks, or give them a high five when you're riding the bus.
And we'll explore all of the Merritt badges being offered at the Summit Center. That's a great way to get introduced to a new badge and knock off a bunch of requirements.
For now, let's cut to a look back on yesterday's fun, captured by you guys via your snaps. And maybe Michelle and I can find a snack without wings and antenna.
President. I think you saw a video of what we have going here. It's so exciting. Come on out to the NISA.
Mentally awake and morally straight. A scout is trustworthy, loyal,
The World Scout Jamboree is just 2 short years away.
I sat down with Keegan Eaton of the Dream Team this morning to talk about that and more. A few nights ago, we heard about the awesome members of the 2019 World Scout Jamboree Dream Team, including Keegan Eatman, who joins us tonight. In addition to being on the Dream Team, Keegan serves as the Assistant National Youth Commissioner for Scouts Canada. Keegan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Great to have you here. So, I have to ask, did you bring enough maple syrup for everyone at the Jamboree?
I tried to, but my airline took my bag away because it was just so heavy to try and get all that syrup down here.
Well, thank you for trying. We appreciate it. All right, so what do you do as the Assistant National Youth Commissioner?
As we call them ANICs in Canada. So as the ANIC, I get to do a lot of really cool things. But most importantly, I get to support our youth commissioners in delivering on our 5 priorities as an organization. So it's supporting them in really all aspects of their jobs, but as well as supporting our National Youth Commissioner and making sure that we're creating programs that engage young people. We have strong leadership development training programs, and that we as an organization are delivering on our commitment to Canadians.
All right, so what is your favorite area of focus?
So I think the one that I really like to spend a lot of time focusing on is safety leadership. So we want to make sure that our young people are kind of taking charge of making sure their programs are thoroughly risk managed. It's not about taking away the risk, but managing it in a way that they get to do adventurous activities, but still have a lot of fun and be safe doing them.
So what is one way you've done that?
So one of the things is really just starting with a safety mindset. So at all of our national meetings, at our local meetings, we start with what we call a safety moment. So it's one thing that maybe a young person's experienced in school that week or at scouting that they want to share with the group of how it could have been prevented. So one of the most common we hear is running in the gym in sock feet. It's a great way to have a slip and fall and possibly lead to a concussion. So simple solution, throw on your shoes and you're good to go.
Excellent. So how do you get selected for this position?
Yeah, so in Canada we use a process called the public appointment process, and we use that for all of the positions within our organization. So it's about posting the job in a variety of means, be it newspaper, online, social media, and getting a pool of applicants, whether they're inside of scouting or outside of scouting, at which point a committee will review the resumes and go through an interview process and make recommendations to the appointing commissioner for that role. So that's the process I went through.
Can you tell me a little bit about the 2019 Season of Service event?
Sure. So the Season of Service is part of the 2019 World Scout Jamboree and really the excitement all around that Jamboree. So we're using a concept we call 50-50-50. So it's the 50,000 scouts coming to the Jamboree, inspiring the 50 million scouts around the world to do 500 million hours of service in the 50 days building up to the Jamboree. And then, once we're at the Jamboree, we'll have our Global Day of Service, which is really about celebrating scouting and our commitment to creating a better world. So for 24 continuous hours, starting at sunrise on Christmas Island, scouts around the world will do service and then have a celebration, whether it be a street party or a concert, all around the world, and it'll come back to the summit here, where we'll have our own celebration and live stream that out to them wherever they be.
That's amazing, and it's so cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's a great experience both for us and for the people who will take place in 2019.
Thank you so much, Keegan, for being here with us tonight, and we'll be right back to Jamboree Tonight after this message.
Get ready to unlock a new world by joining us for 12 days of peace, friendship, and adventure at the 24th World Scout Jamboree. The 3 host nations, Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America, welcome the World Scouting community to the Summit Bechtel Reserve, a world-class, sustainable adventure facility located in the heart of southern West Virginia in the United States. The World Scout Jamboree brings our different nationalities together in one place, united in the scouting movement for one unforgettable experience. It's an experience that captures the 5 core principles of adventure, friendship, leadership, service, and sustainability. What makes this World Scout Jamboree so special? It's an experience like none other, with wild and wonderful adventures like rock climbing, mountain biking, skateboarding, zip lining, whitewater rafting, and more. But adventure is just one part of the Jamboree. You'll also experience programs emphasizing leadership and cultural understanding. In addition to international venues like food houses, the Global Development Village, World Scout Center, and Faith and Beliefs. So make your plans now to visit North America in the summer of 2019 and unlock a new world at the 24th World Scout Jamboree. For more details and to register, visit our website at 2019wsj.org.
As you walk miles and miles and more miles around the summit, have you taken a look around and asked, I wish whatever was here?
We sure have. So we went out and asked 20 scouts exactly that.
For the summit, I would probably work on expanding the borders, picking up the trails on the edges.
Zip lines and more mountain bike trails.
I would probably donate it to make more attractions.
An air-conditioned indoor facility because it is very hot out here.
The rock wall, like if they could like branch that out a little bit, you know what I mean?
To the showers so that they could be warm.
I saw the half pipe. What I think that they could do is actually have a championship.
I would donate it to the summit to fund their different activities.
and I'd probably want to go on the big zip as many times as I could.
Give it to the Nature Conservancy of the area to preserve the natural wildlife in this area, keep the lake in good order.
I would buy a lot of those really cool blow-up couches.
Like all the countries for the international neckerchiefs.
I'd put in docks for swimming.
It's really compact in the center, which I think is amazing. But I would really like to see a lot more away from the base of the camp.
I would probably make the path down from F paved, so then you won't be slipping and sliding like we've been doing for the past few days.
One of those cool solar panel things and one of those cool portable showers.
I would, if I could spend it on the summit, I would help out more people come to the summit and experience the great things that are happening at Jamboree.
So I'd probably wind up spending on food, because I love food.
I'd probably give it to the summit people for making this happen. I feel like this is a really awesome place.
Nothing else. Everything's great here.
And now, it's time for the evening's most practical segment, News You Can Use, which of course is a reminder, please actually use this news.
Exactly. For example, there are apparently scouts at the summit who are still not hydrating. And I'm running out of things to say about drinking water.
Running out of things to say is a new thing for an OA chief.
Exactly. That's a good reminder, Michelle, to use the first point of the Scout Law while we're here at the National Jamboree. Courteous. Unlike the Scouts on last night's show, I know my Scout Law backwards and forwards. The Jamboree is a chance for us, Scouts, to experience things that are impossible anywhere else.
And it's important that we constantly say thanks to the people who make it happen. Bus drivers, seasonal staffers at the summit, food vendors, and others who come together at the Jamboree to support us. Let's make sure they know how much we appreciate them.
Some of those hardworking folks have been spending much of the last 48 hours preparing logistics related to the President's visit on Monday evening. There were some updates released to leaders this afternoon, and there will be a detailed update tomorrow afternoon.
Some of what you should know. Program areas will all close by 3 p.m. on Monday, and those closer to the stadium will close earlier. Aquatics at 10 a.m., Boulder Cove at 10:30, and so on. You should plan on leaving all water bottles that are not plastic and see-through, pocket knives, or anything else that would set off a detector at your subcamp. Keep an eye on the daily emails and app updates for notifications.
Thank God for AT&T powering that app and our summit-wide Wi-Fi coverage.
Since we're going to lose a little program on Monday afternoon, it's important that we maximize every other second of the Jamboree.
I'm going to win that bet. From the first night, I still think I can do it all.
And I'm going to use your money to buy as many toothpick holders from the trading post as I can. My non-venture friends seem to store a lot of toothpick holders.
I bet they do a lot of toothpick holding. Since we're maximizing every moment, make sure your leaders have distributed your tokens for aerial sports. Scoutmaster Chuck, hand them out. We know some of you are saving your big zip ride for the last day of the Jamboree, but weather and lines could make that difficult. So get your token and get out there as soon as you can.
I can't believe anyone could be waiting for their chance to experience any program area.
That's today's News You Can Use. We'll be back right after this message. There are over 135 merit badges you can earn. Many of them you can get a jump start on here. From mining and society to filmmaking, you can do it all.
Where can I do that, Forrest?
You know, most of them are housed in the Summit Center, but others are down by the boulders and on Loop Road, too.
Hey, hi, my name is Charlie Zimmerman. I work with Caterpillar. I'm out of Peoria, Illinois. And we'd love to have you guys come to Mining and Society Merit Badge. One of the things that makes it so special to earn Mining and Society here is that this badge is almost brand new. It was just in preview mode at the 2013 Jamboree. Now it's an official badge. We're getting a lot of folks coming to see it. But one of the other things that's really neat is that we've got a bunch of geologists, engineers, we have chemists, we have marketing professionals, we have IT guys, and so they can all tell you about what they do in mining. And that's really important because mining makes it possible. In fact, the Summit Bechtel Reserve is built on a former mine site.
What's all this chicken salad?
didn't have to dig up the rocks today. You can't overwater it. You pretty much just soak them and flood it. So you can even give them another watering.
Oh, I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, you can't overdo it. After the first day, then you'll water it once or twice a day.
But you're going to learn, you're going to continue to use, and I think about sustainability every day when I brush my teeth or wash my face. So he's giving us some great tips, as I'm sure he's giving you. But thank you for taking the time to learn about sustainability. I think it's important. I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, I'm Doug Hamill. I'm from Northwest Georgia, and I'm here with the Brotherhood of the Blade. And we're at Wood Carving Merit Badge, where you can come and earn the Merit Badge in 2 hours. You got the Merit Badge already? No worries, you come through and carve with us and you'll earn this coveted Stanley patch, only available here. The best instructors in the nation here at Jamboree to teach you wood carving. Come see us.
Attending a high adventure base is often a scout's highlight in their scouting career. Our next guest is traveling to all 4 high adventure bases this summer. Ben, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Forrest.
Absolutely. To start off, let me just ask, why all 4 and why this summer?
Well, I definitely think it should definitely be on every scout's bucket list to visit a high adventure base, if not all of them, because they're all so different. And the timing just happened to be so right, and with the opportunity the Order of the Arrow High Adventure offers to go at such a discounted rate, it really, everything fell right into place, and it was the best time to act.
So can you tell me a little bit more about this Order of the Arrow High Adventure program?
Yeah, so they're individual treks instead of group treks like normally you go with your council contingent or with your troop.
This time you go alone?
Yeah, so you go with absolutely nobody you know, and you'll be with, about 9-10 people from across the nation, from any lodge, anywhere.
So you join up with this group of guys at a high adventure base, you meet them, and then what?
Then you do high adventure, really. The Order of the Arrow High Adventure treks are a little bit different than normal cruise treks. It starts off with work, cheerful service, all that fun stuff. And then the second half of your adventure is going to be enjoying the features of whatever high adventure base you're at. So for Philmont, you work for a week up at Mount Phillips, and then you go on a trek you plan. Things like that.
What was your favorite part of your trek out at Philmont?
I absolutely loved the crew I had. We really clicked. People from Utah, Miami, all over the place. And I loved just hiking around, getting to the top of the Tooth of Time, and just looking around and seeing all that was below us, where we started. We saw base camp, and we saw where we wanted to go next. And it was a remarkable experience.
That sounds incredible. Which base was your favorite so far?
I've gone to Philmont Scout Ranch and then Northern Tier, and then now I'm at the summit. They're all so different, and I really can't choose a favorite. Canoeing up in Northern Tier, up in Canada, is absolutely beautiful in the wilderness there in the Quantico.
I hear you don't see anyone else.
Yes, there's only 9 people out in the area at a time, and it's so secluded, and the impact on the environment out there is at such a minimum, it looks like it hasn't even been touched by man.
That's incredible. Well, you're driving to each of these events, right?
Yes.
What do you listen to while you drive?
Oh, gosh. My by far favorite, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. So my soundtrack is just going with all the top picks I have from T Swift. I have at least 200 songs, a lot of the underground stuff, too. So I enjoy listening to that.
The underground T Swift. And while you're jamming along to 22, what do you like to eat?
It's definitely not mosquitoes. I'd say my favorite drink is I just get Red Bulls because they keep me awake. I don't really do the taste, but they really definitely do the trick. But for food, I try not to eat while I'm in my home, because that's also where I sleep sometimes too. So I don't like the crumbs everywhere.
Wow, it sounds like you're really living scouting's adventure this summer.
Yeah, it's been about 100 hours on the road so far, and a couple of days, a couple of months of adventuring, really.
That's incredible. Thanks for joining us, Ben.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Forrest.
We'll be back with more Jamboree Tonight after this. We've done a lot of walking, haven't we?
We sure have, but those buses are lifesavers for our feet.
Yes, they are. They're the real MVPs. You can get from Base Camp Alpha to Foxtrot without breaking a sweat, and it wouldn't be possible without the team of bus drivers who traveled from near and far.
Well, I'm Ricky Richmond. I drive a school bus, work in a school bus garage. Driving bus about 26 years now. I've met a lot of good people. Interesting. A lot like the kids. I really like to drive a bus. I enjoy that. All in all, it's been pretty good for me.
Hi, I'm Perry Ives. I'm the area lead for the Transportation Logistics Center. We're part of the transportation group under the logistics support team, and I'm proud to be here at the 2017 National Jamboree. This was built as a walking jamboree in 13, and we learned real quick that sometimes the staff need a little help because they do a lot of work. Hey, I lost 10 pounds in 2013. I kept them off. I was hoping to lose 10 more this year, but I can't get out of this little loop. But I walk 5-6 miles a day here, as opposed to the 12 to 15 I did in 13.
Without them, we'd be dragging our feet by now. Next time you get on the bus, be sure to thank the bus driver.
That'll do it for us tonight. We'll leave you with some of your pictures from social media. Remember to use hashtag 2017Jambo when posting to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You might find your pictures right here on Jamboree Tonight.
On behalf of the entire Jamboree Tonight team, thanks for staying up with us. We'll be right back here tomorrow night.